Hi, you're watching One India News, and in this video I attempt to explain the peculiar border situation between India and Bangladesh. That belong to East Pakistan, surrounded by Indian territory. How did this come to even exist? So the popular belief suggests that enclaves were created when the Maharaja of Cooch Behar and the Faujdar of Rangpur, while playing a chess game, staked each other's villages and territories. When the boundary line was drawn by Sir Ratcliffe based on some loose maps, enclaves were created then. Those belonging to Cooch Behar were surrounded by East Pakistan, which is present-day Bangladesh. Those belonging to the Rangpur Zamindars were surrounded by India. Millions of people belonged to one state, but they paid revenue to another and were exposed to a sensitive situation being surrounded by foreign territory. For decades, the people in enclaves were isolated. They needed a visa to travel to their home country. No development took place in their territories. No infrastructure was built for them. Schools, hospitals, no police station even. Law and order plummeted in these places and they became hideouts for criminals. Now let me explain the oddest situation. What you see here is the ex-enclave of Dahala Khagrabari. It is the only third order enclave to have existed in the world. This was a piece of India within a piece of Bangladesh, within a piece of India, within a piece of Bangladesh. So, if you are traveling in a straight line from the top of the map from India, you reach Bangladesh, then India, then Bangladesh, then a small island of India, then Bangladesh, then India again, and finally Bangladesh. All of this within just 100 meters. Solutions were attempted at before, but finally a majority government perhaps paved the way for a solution which came in the year 2015 with the historic land boundary agreement between India and Bangladesh. About 14,854 residents living in 51 Bangladesh enclaves deep in the territory of India became Indian nationals, and another 922 persons came from Indian enclaves in Bangladesh to Cooch Behar district to become Indian citizens. Incidentally, the idea of enclave exchange was mooted soon after partition, but Patel and Nehru were reportedly opposed to the idea then. Now, while the complete assimilation of residents of these erstwhile enclaves is still going on, reports say many of them still allege they have lack proper documents and rehabilitation. However, one thing is clear, that is their nationality. One last peculiar case remains of the Bigha corridor, which is a strip of land belonging to India on the Indo-Bangladesh border. In September 2011, it was leased to Bangladesh so that the country could access its Dahagram Angarpota enclave from the mainland there. This is one of the last remaining enclaves. The Bigha corridor remains open for movement for about 23 hours while the BSF patrols that stretch of land for 1 hour. That's the arrangement. Now, while the international border is clearly demarcated at Bigha with high fences along the corridor, just meters away, the lands of both the nations merge and activities like smuggling often takes place clandestinely. The India-Bangladesh fluid border situation can also be illustrated with few more examples. There is, for instance, a village in Malda named Mahadipur where houses lie right on the border. The front porch in India and the backyard in Bangladesh. Another example is from Malda. The Mahananda River acts as a border between the two nations over there, but when, say, due to less rains, the river changes its course, the quote-unquote border shifts. Several more decades may pass before the border situation permanently settles between India and Bangladesh. However, it serves to highlight how poorly planned and arbitrary drawing of an imaginary line decides the fate of millions of people and two nations for generations to come.